This is an update for you of our praying the perimeter of Pennsylvania for protection for the shaking that's coming in September, and want to give you an update. We're currently in Smithville, Pennsylvania. It's our first overnight stop. I didn't know where we were stopping. I made a reservation at what I thought was a bed and breakfast, and it turns out that it's an Airbnb. We have an entire mansion to ourselves because nobody else is here. The place is amazing. I mean, it's enormous, and we can roam around through the house the whole time because there's no one else here. But wanted to let you know that we started out leaving in Pottstown this morning. I think it was around 9:30 that we left. We immediately started praying as we were going through Pottstown, praying in the Spirit and what have you. We got out to 663. We were heading towards the turnpike, and this was a turn of events because that was not the way I was going to go. I was going to go towards Wellsboro, directly from Pottstown, but Donna said the Lord really impressed on her that we needed to go up to Scranton. I mean, go all the way up to Clark Summit at Scranton and then head west across Pennsylvania's northern border. So we did that, which added some more time to the trip. But we got out to 663, and as we were driving, we started praying through the county of Montgomery and started praying against spirits that in that area. We prayed for Norristown, the county seat, then for Pennsburg, then Perkiomenville, and over all of those Indian spirits that may have been in our state during that time. We got out to Quakertown. We started to pray over Bucks County. We got on the turnpike and started praying over Lehigh County, Northampton County. We hit every county that we went through, plus the counties that were adjacent to it, and the county seats, the cities that were the county seats. Praying for the government, praying for the educational system in those states, praying for the businesses in those states. But there were some specific things that happened. When we were going up through, I guess it was Schuylkill County, getting into Carbon County, real strong, and there was a lot of revelation coming from the Lord while we were doing this, but real strong revelation from the Lord on a spirit of witchcraft in Carbon County, and I think part of Schuylkill. And the feeder to these covens of witches and the spells, incantations, curses that they were putting on cities and towns and what have you was being fed by an occult shop in Jim Thorpe. So we prayed against all of that, bound all of those spirits of witchcraft and the covens and everything. And I can't tell you word for word the things we prayed or said because the Spirit of God was so anointing the prayer that you were just like a vessel that was spurting out all of this intercession and decrees and commanding spirits and binding and loosing. I can't remember the things that I said. It would have been better if we had an audio recording of the whole thing. But we did get through Jim Thorpe, and then we got, or Carbon County, we started getting closer to Scranton. And I remember feeling a real darkness over Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, especially Scranton. And I started praying, and the Lord just showed me a cloud of darkness over those cities. And he revealed the mafia was a stronghold, especially in Hazleton too, a stronghold of the Italian mafia in those areas. And it had transmigrated down from New York City, and that was like the resource of drugs flowing into those two cities. And then it had migrated across northern Pennsylvania and even into southern New York, Binghamton, Bradford, and into those counties that are real mafia strong. So we started praying against that stuff too. Do you remember anything during that?
I remember before we got to there that we got a text from Jill that she was praying along with us, and that she sensed very definitely something in Scranton, which was a confirmation of what the Lord showed me about needing to go up that way and go there specifically. And then as we went, she was at home praying, and we were then receiving that revelation as we went, and it became very clear, so we really are thankful for those of you who were praying along with us.
Yes, it's obvious when the Lord was involved there. But we prayed, I'm telling you, we prayed more in tongues in 2 hours, and I don't think we communicated in English maybe more than 5 minutes that entire time, because we were just so focused on the Lord and painting the perimeter of Pennsylvania with prayer. So I don't know if there was any other spots where there was really, there were different places where there were spirits of violence that we took authority over in some areas. I don't remember exactly where they were. And then there were river spirits. When we were going through counties where there were rivers that were, like named after Indian, like the Schuylkill and Susquehanna and place, there were river spirits that the Lord really impressed on me to bind those spirits, because they're ancient spirits and they're spirits that are still affecting those communities, but the people aren't aware that that's what they are. So I remember that specifically, the Lord revealing that. What else do you have?